What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, if your name is Drake, listen, I'm beginning to believe the rumors that this is some humiliation ritual started by the Illuminati. Because, baby, humiliated Drake is being. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, okay? Drake has been planting all these fake stories. On one hand, he want academics to be like, it's over, we moving on. But you want to post a million things about how not like us, bot bots, bot plays, bot that. Let me get to the point. Drake got booed in his hometown of Toronto. And here's the thing, just in case you thought that Drake didn't get booed, the Rolling Stones, who I didn't even know was on payroll, printed an article saying that they talked to each fan leaving the venue. This is a venue of 20,000 people. And everybody's saying, we weren't booing Drake. It's a sign of affection. It's a joke we have, 20,000 people, where they boo him and it makes him feel better and perform harder, even though he didn't even perform. Now, first of all, right? Before we get into the video of Drake getting booed on stage, right? Drake got booed at a Limp Bizkit concert at the Budweiser stage venue in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So you can talk about all you want. Oh, we not playing Not Like Us in Houston, even though they bumping Not Like Us in Houston, right? We're not doing this. We're not doing that. Drake isn't even beloved in his own hometown. You know what Drake's starting to feel like to me? I feel like he is the Birkin bag of rappers. And ladies and men that collect Birkin bags for their future wives, Drake, I'm talking to you. I do believe this is actually what's going on. Think about it, shall we? Like, literally, let's put a little bit of thought into this because, on the one hand, Birkin bags to me are objectively ugly. I don't care if they handmade. I don't care if you take 20 baby crocodiles like your name is Cruella DeVille. I don't care how much they cost. Yeah, I get it. They're a status symbol of people that seem to have a lot of self-loathing because Hermes, if you don't know, you can't just go in and buy a Birkin bag for 150,000. You have to spend a minimum of 50,000 in Hermes goods before they even consider putting you on a list. And once you spend about 100,000 or 150 or 200,000, that's when they give you the gift and give you the pleasure of buying a $150,000 bag. Baby, we can go to wherever and get somebody to ham make us a bag. But again, when you look at Birkin bags, they're objectively ugly. They look like old lady bags. And I don't mean that as a drag, but they look like old lady bags. There's nothing special about them except for they got this hype. The rich people like them. Everybody like Birkin bags, but nobody. And I do think in 20 years, people won't be like, why were we on Birkin bags? Drake reminds me of the Birkin bag of rap. It's popular. They play his music. The people, powers that be, push it out. Why did Birkin bags become famous? Because we saw a bunch of rich, old, and when I say rich, I mean wealthy old ladies wearing the bag. So then everybody wanted one because it was a sign of wealth. And nobody actually thought, do we really like Birkin bags? I feel like that's what's going on with Drake. UMG was always pushing their music down the throat. But it's like Kendrick Lamar kind of woke everybody up from the spell and was like, wait, are we really feeling Drake's music lately? Anyway, here's the thing. Drake's been trying to make a jump. Remember how Kendrick said, keep making me dance and wave my hands? He can't come back with Mob Ties, especially after we saw the reference tracks and we know he did not write Mob Ties. He don't write anything. He didn't even write his diss to Kendrick Lamar, right? So what's going on? First, Drake tried to do a thing of a remake of Man in the Mirror, where he's rapping over it, and we're like, oh, we really feel for you, Drake, and we're like, joke, pun intended, and we were like, boo, we don't care, right? Get out of here. You better not disrespect Michael Jackson's estate like that. It had such a negative response. They backed off of it. Then they tried to get back into Little Yachty, where I believe that Drake's management team or UMG paid Kai Cenat to have the same reaction to Drake's song as Kendrick's. And I said it in my video the other day. When we heard Not Like Us, Kai Cenat was like, knocking over chairs, going crazy, right? Tell me how he heard ba boom boom on Drake's song and literally lost his mind. And again, like I said in my last video, I have a whole Drake playlist. It's pretty funny, right? Go ahead and check it out. Like I said in my last video, the song is okay. It's mid. Maybe even a year ago, it would have been a hit. But when you fall from grace so much, you really need to come back with something. You just can't be coming back in like some mid, early. Nah, Drake. It don't work like that. You got to come back with a banger. You got beat so bad, you got to come back and be making us moonwalk again, right? So anyway, why Drake then tried to release an EDM song that flopped. Now he's hoping to do a rock rap collaboration, and he was supposed to be bought out by Limp Bizkit, but the crowd booed him. Hold on, let's put the crowd on them booing them. Y'all ready for this? Hold on, I'm gonna put the screen video on the screen if I can find it. Hold on. Here we go.
Did you know Drake's here tonight?
That's me. Somebody, let me rewind it. Somebody in the audience, well, I'll rewind it later, was like, what the F? That was me. Hold on.
I thought Drake was your homie.
He not homie.
What? No? Drake's not homie. Since Drake's series over here on the side, I'm going to do this one for him. It's dedicated to you.
Drake was supposed to come out and perform with that band, but they played the dog mess out of him. The fans, and this is what I mean about Drake is all hype. The average person is not feeling him. You can't tell me out of all those Limp Bizkit fans, nobody listens to rap. You can't tell me that they were like, yeah, we got Kendrick Lamar here, and they started putting on Not Like Us, that the whole crowd would have started jamming and going. You can't tell me that, right? So hold on, let me get into this. So here's the thing that I thought was absolutely hilarious, okay? Who is it? Big Teether on Twitter said, breaking, according to the Rolling Stone, the crowd each individually said one by one on their way out, my booing wasn't because I don't like Drake. It's because Drake loves hearing boos. It makes him feel closer. Listen, now I get that was a joke, right? But it was meant to highlight the fact that academics, Kai Sinat, and I'm gonna leave Kai alone because he's a young boy. And listen, he's doing it for the check. His job is to promote things. Sometimes he likes them, sometimes it's promoted. I'm never gonna step on anybody's hustle. Maybe he thought that Drake's thing was the best. That's on him. But it's not charting. It's flopping. It's not that fact that it was an okay song and then Little Yachty got on it. And it just went, ugh, that was a horrible verse. He should have literally stuck to just ghostwriting for the City Girls. But anyway, there's also something I want to talk to you too, right? You know that Not Like Us reference revealed? The Cell Block 1 scene seems to be a reference to this 1997 photo of Mila Vovovich. Why the rabbit hole goes deep. You recall the scene occurs when Kendrick raps, say, Drake, I hear you like him young. You better hide your little sister from him. Mila Jovovich is a fashion model and actress. She's best known for her roles in Fifth Element and Residential Evil. However, she was discovered at age 11 by Jean-Luc Brunel and began her career as a model in the 80s and early 90s while still a minor. In 1999, Jean-Luc Brunel was banned from his agency following a BBC undercover report on abuse in the fashion industry, and then moved to the US and found MC2 Model Management with funding from Jeffrey Epps. And they said in December 2020, he was arrested, accused of raping a minor and under investigation and suspicious of supplying underage girls to Jeffrey Epstein. 2 months later, he was found murked in prison, just like Jeffrey Epstein went out in the same exact matter. And the same exact thing. You guys, listen, this rabbit hole goes deep. You know what? I think I'm going to dissect this into an actual video, but nah, for real. What is going on with Drake? He is self-destructing. And every time he tries to turn into a new genre, and this is what I mean, just hear me out, right? This is what I mean about we got to do a better job of gatekeeping the culture. I'm not saying that culture is meant to be shared when it is respected and appreciated. But when it's not, you got to tell them to see their way out. Just how these Limp Bizkit people was like, nah, Drake, you ain't coming over here. Just like EDM was like, you ain't coming over here. And just like the whole, I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. They said, nah, Drake, get out of here. Again, I feel sorry for Drake because Kendrick didn't lie when he said those superpowers just got neutralized and he can only stand. The only thing he lied about was he can only stand and watch in silence. You know, Whitney and him are still blood walking all over the living room while the little girl trying to keep up with mommy. You know, that's exactly what's going on. Anyway, y'all, I wanted to bring y'all this update because Drake is truly, right? Truly tripping. Even on Twitter, as much as Drake fans and bots are trying to make it, they literally have something like they have a whole stream going about Drake, the type of guy, too, right? Drake, the type of guy to like post just like this. Once it just found out that if you tap the screen fast, the heart gets bigger. Drake, the type of guy to see Smoker and left for dead and said, I can help you overcome your addiction. Anyway, the whole point of this is Drake is being clowned left, right, third, up, and back. And I really can't say much about it except for the fact of I think he deserves everything he's getting. But why in the world and I'm asking seriously, why is he putting out false reports? Why? Like, Drake, we see you. Stop it. This is getting corny. You would be better off just having organic engagement. But again, like I said before, Kendrick read him down to his DNA and understands him so much that I think even Drake can't help but to stop. I don't think he can stop. I think it's like telling a dog, don't bark. They just can't. It's in their DNA. Drake gonna keep on being a weirdo, but we gonna have to see what happens. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.